Dave, you want to talk you want to pop in here and talk about some user generated content, what we can be doing to build up more content, and then start sharing it amongst the community so that so that people in here as a team can start to see what's working, like what's a good piece of content that would be good for sharing. And then I'm going to pull up and post up the testimonial links, so where we'll help you take a testimonial, take your content, and we'll put it into a professional reel. We've gathered up maybe like 10 testimonies so far, but I'd like to have hundreds.
Yeah, so the more testimonials we get, the better, everybody, because I'm going to make it into a video. And, that's proof, is huge. So anytime you guys are prospecting and you could say, hey, don't take my word for it. It's always good to take you out of the equation, especially with people that know you, because they're like, yeah, 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 you'll say anything, right? But then all of a sudden you could send over a testimonial reel and they see all these people talking, I saved $20 here. I got a free appetizer. I got, I got a pair of Air Jordans at $20 off. I got this, that. And then we just blow that out. Everybody's going to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Actually, I had a lady call me on the phone today. She's like, I've been looking at Save Club. And I just told her 10 seconds. I go, even if you don't sign anybody up, you'll have more money at the end of the month. She's like, done, I'm signing up. Just that alone, just with the savings. And so when we have all these use cases, that's going to be really, really cool. Now, last week, I don't know hopefully all of you are watching the Blitz. I know Charles is busting his butt, spending a lot of time putting this stuff together. I'm, spending a lot of time putting this stuff together. And, you're getting it for your membership, $20 a month. It's crazy because literally, I've sold courses in the past for trainings where you could, people say, I'll pay $1,000 for that, or I'll pay $100 or $200 a month to get, training like this. And we're just giving it to you. A lot of time is going into it. Last week, I did a video on how to take out your phone and make a quick recording. And thanks. I got a lot of feedback. A lot of you said, man, I'm going to do that. I didn't realize it was so easy. And it was really cool to see all the feedback we got on that. And that today, I'll just give you a little hint. I'll give you guys, because it's not done yet, but I'm going to show you how to do a little green screen action where you could put a deal behind you and you could talk about it. So for example, I'm going to show you, like, we have that big Venetian deal where you could save like $500 off or something, but you could be talking about, oh, the Venetian, and I could have a video of the Venetian going behind me as I talk about this deal, and then say, go, you want deals like this? Go to my link in bio. And I'm literally going to train you how to do that today. And there's a couple steps. I try to make all my trainings very, very easy. I know Charles does too. So it's step by step by step. I know some of you are really advanced and you're like, oh, I already know how to do all this. But we have a lot of people that are starting this for the first time. You've never done anything like this. And we're trying to make it so easy to do this. But to get this kind of level of training, Charles, I bought a lot of courses in the past and I paid, lots and lots of money to try to learn a lot of this stuff. And we're like just handing it to on the platter. Very high level stuff. And we're just saying, here, we want you to succeed. And that's crazy. I've never seen there's not another business out there that's doing what we're doing. Not only the marketing content, but this kind of training. It's not out there. So you guys are really spoiled. I hope everybody understands that. But most importantly, that old story, you could lead a horse to water, we can't force you to drink. We want to drown you. I'm just kidding. But we want to, we could lead you there, but we can't make you watch it. We can't make you do it. That's the problem. But we are sure going to try by giving you all this. So, but yeah, get us those testimonials because we can use them. Now, real quick disclaimer, when you send us a testimonial, try to make it like 30 seconds, 40 seconds. It's hard to like everybody do a 2-minute one. There's just not enough. No one's going to watch that. So the quicker, the better. Hey, I went to IHOP today. And even better is if you're actually out somewhere. I go to Arby's, I got a free sandwich. A lot of you see me do a video where I'll show the sandwich. I just got this for free. And that's even cooler because it's one thing to talk about it, but if you could also do it, like if you go to IHOP and let's say you got your second meal for free and all of a sudden you pan over and you're like, let's see these hotcakes at IHOP. I got these for free because of Save Club. It makes it the testimonials even better. So if you guys can actually do any of that stuff, That would be awesome. Again, real quick. Hey, I love Save Club. I'm at IHOP. I got these pancakes for free. You like free pancakes? Who doesn't like free pancakes? Click the link in bio and I'll run out. Or like, don't say click the link in bio for testimonial. Just say because of Save Club. All right, Charles.
Yeah. So, these tools like the testimonials we just posted here into the chat. If you guys want to go over there and just pull that link down, or open that window and submit a testimony inside of that form. And then what we're going to do is create clips. We're going to clip it down so that they're short. They're like 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. And that's like 4 testimonials, just key information. And we'll put that into a little reel. And that's something that you can use. The user generated content, the UCG, user generated content, that's something that really works well, especially like on platforms like TikTok. And you can generate your own user generated content, but it'd be nice if we had literally like 100 people with little short clips, and it's just this like social proof that's really strong. So
Yeah, I think what I want to do on that, Charles, is we'll set up a folder where we'll do like maybe one cool video that has music, like the whole like really, high-end testimonial video. But then maybe we'll take everybody's user clips and also just drop those into a folder so anybody could just go grab a specific one. So if there's something that makes sense to them, like someone saved money at Denny's and they like that, they'll be able to grab that clip and go use it for their social. So we'll do a combo of both. Where we'll take a lot of the clips and put them into one, or we'll have them separate. I think we could do that in a folder, no problem.
yeah, okay, great. So uh it's kind of what the call out here right now is for, is to say if you have a business testimonial, you want to talk about the training, you want to talk about our community, really anything that you want to put out there that you feel you would like to share, we'll help orchestrate that into clips that we can then use together, because we're stronger as a group. And the first week of the training was basically getting you comfortable with understanding how to shoot a testimonial, get this information, how to post it. And now we'll start pulling everybody's stuff together, and it'll even make for more compelling content. But I want to go to this slide that I've got up here, because a lot of this can seem intimidating. And so as we break down the trainings into like daily, bite-sized lessons, it doesn't mean that doing it's just going to be automatic. For most of this stuff, when you start it, first of all, you might not even know that it existed. So you're going to start out in this unconsciously incompetent level, and that's totally okay. I want you to let you know that you're going to suck at it at first. Just as you're starting any job or starting anything new. I don't know if if you can remember way, way back when you're driving a car or doing a stick shift or riding a motorcycle or something, you probably sucked at it in the beginning. And then you do it, and before you know it, it's completely automatic. I mean, I drove from my house to here and I was on the phone the entire time. I don't even remember driving. So, and I'm very sure many of you are the exact same way. I would love for each and every one of you to be so automatic with your prospecting, with your posting, on knowing where to go, where you spend 30 minutes a day and it's automatic. First of all, it's fun, it's enjoyable. You're getting, dopamine hits because you're seeing success. You're getting your bank account growing. It's all these positive things that are reinforcing. You get to hop onto a call. You get to see other people winning. These are the things that if we focus on and work on as a team, it makes doing this business really fun. Then this stuff that's this difficult becomes fun, and the journey becomes not like a challenge, but more like an adventure. And and what we're going to start seeing now that you're getting into these platforms and starting to shoot user generated content, you're still going to suck at it, but at least you know what you're doing. And when you see other people doing it, you're gonna be like, oh wow, I like how they said that, or I like the angle of their camera, or I like their background of what they did there. And then your content will get better, and you'll reach into this space where you're consciously competent. Now when you're out, you're going to be like, you'll be into an environment and you'll be like, oh, I'm in front of this sign or this restaurant, or hey, I've got somebody here to help me shoot a video, or maybe you'll be like, you know what, if I had a stick, a selfie stick, I wouldn't have to hold it with my hand, I gotta hold it with the stick.
And Charles, one
And you,
one hey Charles, one point we should make too is even the worst videos can still get leads. You might think it's terrible, but it might get enough hits, and people are like, I like that content, and you'll get leads. So some people are their own worst critics and they think it's terrible, but other people are like, well, I want that information now. So don't, you could be your worst critic, but it could still get you leads, which will turn up to pre-enrollees, et cetera, et cetera. So I just want to make that point.
yeah, and you'll reach this point of um unconscious competence, just like I drove from my house to the office. It didn't even register to me that that happened. How you'll promote what's going on, it'll become that easy. And especially, as we have different tools and you become familiar with the different tools, you'll learn how to lead with the need. So when you get to understanding that some people are seeking gas discounts, some people are seeking grocery discounts, some people are seeking movie discounts, some people are looking for a way to earn extra income, some people are looking way for time freedom. That when you understand the different tools that we have, you'll be able to lead with the need, and you'll be able to listen to somebody. Um, You'll be able to create a relationship online or in person, and you'll know the exact landing page that you need to send them to so that they felt heard and will opt in. And knowing that right in the beginning, that's not going to be automatic for you. But the more that you stay engaged, you'll reach that level of unconscious competence, and then you'll know what to say, when to say it, and what to send them. Let me pull up another slide set here. One thing I love to do is set stuff up so that I win in the future. So like I'll do things like uh set up my lunch at night so that when I'm leaving the house and going to the office the next morning, it's already packed. And so past me rewarded future me, and I'm like, that's great. So setting up patterns like that for yourself where you can be proud of what you've done in the future. And some of the things like learning these tools or doing your prospecting, setting up a lead path, getting pre-enrollees now, and then those pre-enrollees enroll later. It's like this future reward. And the more that you start to recognize things that you can do in the present that will lead to a good result in the future, and you start really honoring and recognizing what you're doing, it makes your present actions and your motivation in the present time increase. And so I'm just saying, be aware of those wins. Be honoring that the business can be fun, and that when you get little wins like a pre-enrollee and enrollment, someone showing up to a webinar, these are income producing activities that um, that really add up to a lot more than just a result like a number on a screen or a number in a bank account. It's just kind of your lifestyle quality, throughout the day, and making the business fun. So um why would you not do something that is going to be good for you? And what I witness is people will watch a training, they'll understand what to do conceptually, but then they can't get themselves to do it. And I put a picture here of a brain trapped in a cage, and a lot of times there's like a limiting belief, and yeah, I don't know where it comes from. It's different for each person, but you'll be thinking, okay, well, that's not for me. Setting up a TikTok's not for me, or oh, shooting a video. Why would anybody listen to me? Who am I? And those limiting beliefs will just stop you from even starting, and you'll never reach that level of unconscious competence because you've never even got off the starting blocks. Even though you watch the video, you see that it could be beneficial, it's in alignment with what you want to do as far as creating more income and creating more time freedom and lifestyle freedom, but you just are unable to, it's like a not starter. And so these tricks that we're putting out there for you to make it fun, it's about taking control of your mind and just really being a master of self-control. And this goes from everything from uh, overeating or staying up too late, or getting yourself to the point where there's an action that you should take but you don't take it, and get you to the point of actually making that next step. Let me kind of spin through here. A lot of this business is a mental game, and it's going to get a lot easier once you have the mechanics dialed down and we have the different share tools out there. And again, that's maybe like 10 to 20% of the business, is knowing like what to do, and then being able to motivate yourself consistently to do it. Really comes down to a few things. If you ever get stuck on something, this is a trick that I like to use for myself. If there's something I'm faced with and I just don't know how to motivate myself to do it, or it just seems insurmountable, I think about my future self that has accomplished this and dial into that frequency. That there's this future version of myself that's an imagination, but he's accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. And the more that I can focus in and dial in on that frequency, or that person, that energy that is my future self that has completed this task and done it. Like right now I've got just give you an example for today. There's about 5 things that have to be done, and none of them are easy. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to, well, by the time I stop working today, probably 10 p.m., I'm going to accomplish all of these. I'm going to feel great about it, knowing that in the morning, these seem almost insurmountable or very difficult, but by the evening, I'm going to be done. I'm going to feel great about it. I'm going to use that feeling and that energy of accomplishing these tasks, and I'm not doing it just for me. I'm actually doing it for all of you guys. Some of the tools, some of the things I'm working on today are for the community. So having the the success spread, the watching people get more pre-enrollees, watching their checks grow, watching the number of enrollments grow, that makes me feel good. And that hasn't happened yet, but I know that in the future I'm going to feel really good about it. So that motivates me in the present to go the extra mile and get it done. Another reason why you might not be able to get something going, or you'll see like, okay, this training is here, I can see the task that needs to get done, but I'm not going to do it. You just don't take action. Maybe there's past experiences that you've had, like you've posted something in the past and maybe you got a negative comment, or there was work that you had you thought you'd done, or maybe you got people to a landing page, they didn't enroll, and you got this like past experience. Well, the past doesn't have to equal the future. So to get the result that you want, you just got to stick with it and create a level of consistency to where a ratio will appear. Like if you continue getting traffic to landing pages, eventually people are going to enroll. They're going to upgrade. They're going to enroll, and then it just becomes about getting better at that. And a big piece of that is just how well you are able to uh, present yourself when you put that material out there. And there'll be little nuances that you do that will make it, more efficient and more effective. So, um, and when you win, when you win, when you get wins, when you get dopamine hits, when you start to see success working, then that will help reprogram what you're telling yourself, what your belief is, and how you think this is going to work or not, so that you can actually get yourself into a mode to where you're taking more action and doing it more consistently. Dave, you want to hop into, what's going on here? Maybe, share a little bit about this back office. I know, you're doing so much in moderating this board here. We've got now like 522 members going through the different trainings, and that's fantastic. I just want to make sure that as people are going through these trainings, they're actually taking action and doing the things that are gonna make a difference in getting that next level of enrollment and reaching the next ranks. So, um, oh, what's that, Dave? Need to unmute you? Okay, hold on one second here. I think I got to make you a co-host is what's going on.
I
One
just
second.
unmuted him. He should be okay.
All right, I'm good now. Yeah, I'm stuck.
Okay.
Yeah, so what Charles is showing here, there's a discussion board, and all of you can leave, comments as long as they're not like a spam comment or something like that. That will get deleted really quick. But what's great, Lillian, I will say she's on here all the time, and she'll watch a training and she will immediately comment about, a quote from the training or what she really liked about it, and I think that's good, And you see a lot of people, if you scroll down here, some of them were like didn't know some things and they're like, wow, this is like Lucy's post right here is great. If you open it up, if you click on that, it'll open up so you can read the full post there. And copy and paste almost ignored. So I thought I might just miss this part as I know how to copy and paste. But David does throw in some great tips while teaching, so I'm glad I watched it. Lesson learned. Always worth watching all the training. And so that's a good point. Even if you think you know something, we may be dropping some really good bombs because throughout my history of marketing, and Charles is the same way, we run into stuff ourselves where I've stepped in it or I'm like, man, there's a better way to do this. And then I want to show better ways to do it. So even if you think you might know something, I might drop a tip that might be worth grabbing where you're like, oh, that, or it might be a refresher. Maybe you already know it, but then I might show you something that you're like, oh, that's right. I got to get back to doing that. And even myself, I got to go through that right now. So if you click on the learning tab at the top, it's a little bit different on your phone. I think it's at the bottom. But as you can see, we've already got 6 days. Today will be day 7. I'm finishing up the training. The training today is going to be really cool. It's actually going to take me a lot of time to put it together because I got to record my phone and I got to put in video, etc. But as you click on it, sometimes it's a little slow when you click on it when we're on a Zoom here, but it'll pull up to lessons. Sometimes,
Yeah.
Charles, I've noticed if you go back and then hit it again, sometimes it'll open.
Okay.
Depends on, sometimes it's kind of slow.
Yeah, I'm sucking down a lot of bandwidth. You're streaming in all these
Yeah,
videos.
yeah. Sometimes it's hard when we're on Zooms. I noticed that. But there you go. Course will open. So for example, this one has 2 lessons. First lessons is Charles, and then the second lesson is the one I did. And these are great videos. We go into detail of a lot of things here, and they're not very long. And so they're worth, posting. Again, I'll tell you, when I first started this industry, Charles, and I'm sure you're the same way. Of course, I'm a little older than you. There was no training. There was spend money, lose it, spend time, lose it. All of a sudden, I'd get a lead. Oh, that one worked. Write that down. There was nobody that would train me. Nobody. It just didn't exist. I had to figure out everything else. You know what? If I would have had this stuff, I would have got to the part I needed to get to so much faster because I had this. So a lot of you're kind of spoiled because you could just dive in here and really learn. And the way I explain training is kind of like this, is if you're walking down the street and there was a big pile of steaming dog dew, I would say, stop. You don't want to step in that. You know why? Because I've already stepped in it and it's miserable. So, because Charles and myself, we have had a lot of trial and error. We've had things that work really good. We failed at certain things. And the last thing we want you to do is make mistakes that we have or waste time on things that aren't income producing activities, like Charles was saying earlier. We're trying to get you to focus where everything you do is an income producing activity and get you there step by step. So if you take the time to watch this, and it's like a little bit out of your day, eat your lunch, eat your dinner, sit down and just turn these on. I guarantee you, you will become a better marketer. And the thing is what we know already is that probably 99% of you are not marketers. You go to work all day doing a skill, or you're a housewife or a house husband, or you're not doing this. A lot of you never learned marketing on a big factor, and we know that. So we're literally taking you by the hand and really trying to help you learn a lot of techniques that have made us a lot of money. Okay. And all you have to do is plug in, and there's no cost for this stuff. It's included. So why wouldn't you do it? You know?
And one of the key things there is we're in a business of duplication, and having the ability to bring in new people and get them going and just get a little bit of duplication. The training I started working on that will be for tomorrow is this exact point. Now, could you imagine, having 10 people into a training, into a blitz, and those 10 people are just doing 1 hour a day of posting. That's like 10 hours of work for what you're doing. Well, I mean, that's great because you've leveraged yourself. This is one of the few businesses, one of the few ways that you can actually get into something that will make you money, where you have leverage. And that's how this is going to work. That's how this is going to be able to set yourself free, is through the leverage. So by putting together the system, by you understanding it and going through it, you'll be able to guide people into the same thing. Well, when we have 90 days of training in here, there's going to be so much content, so much of a library of information, that when you start new people, they're going to be able to plug in. And what we'll demonstrate on this next training, and again, this is one that takes a long time for us to build. When you go in this 2x16 matrix, 2, 4, 16, so on, so on, so on, that the compounding effort is amazing. So now imagine you've got 100 people into the training, 100 people doing an hour's worth of work in one day. That's like you doing 100 hours of work in a day, because you get to leverage the whole thing. And the way that this compensation plan works with the matching bonuses inside of the matrix, the people that you get directly involved, and then through 5 generations, you're able to match those checks. So understanding the dynamics of this particular compensation plan in this particular business is really built on this duplication. And so we're going to reach a point here this summer when we get new people started, and so many of you will be competent in what to do, how to walk a new person through getting their first 4 enrollments, where someone will get started. They'll invest $80 into their affiliate fee, into their first month, and we're going to show them how to enroll 4 people and earn that $80 back. And I think that is going to be a key, is getting people started, showing them a quick path to be able to run their business and have it on autopilot. And then from there, they're starting to play with profits. And that type of story, it's going to come from the people that we introduced to this business. And this stuff's going to get a lot easier, because when you go and you set a path through the jungle, like basically like what we're doing now, we're inventing a lot of these uh, testimonials for the first time. Like, we don't have a big roadmap for you to look at to go watch 50 testimonials and be like, oh, I'm going to shoot mine like this. I like that angle. I like that background. I like doing one on travel, or I like doing one on dining. And so we're collectively doing this, and we're helping each other get this content out there. But the people that come behind us are going to have a much easier path. Do you understand? We're going through the jungle, and we're like, with the machetes, we're on day 7 of this training, and we're all going through it through the first time, but we're like having to chop down all the branches, clear the path, and create this path through a difficult, dense jungle. Well, by the time we get uh, uh, 300 people down that path, the path gets smoother. By the time we get 3,000 people down that path, it's wide, it's all packed down, there's no branches in the way. And by the time we get 30,000 people down that path, it's like a road. And by the time we get 300,000 people down that path, it's like a super highway. But it starts with us doing it. And this is us being here in the beginning and going through these steps, and understanding that it's going to be difficult. Not all of this stuff's going to be completely laid out. Well, when you've got hundreds or thousands of people in your group, and they're stepping onto a super highway, it will compound and grow very quickly. And so when we built the price point for Save Club, to have a business that you could start for $80, $300 for an entire year, we had to find a price point that was going to be high enough and rewarding enough so that it's enough money to get actually paid and people earn commissions, but not so high that it blocked people out, or the barrier of entry was too hard. Luckily we had 30 months of a previous company kind of lead the way and give us the ideas of where to dial in this price point. And now, tuning in this product and tuning in these systems, we're really blazing a trail. And just know that as you blaze this trail and you go through this information, you go through it now, you're like, wow, when I did it, it was more difficult. Like, when I went through, I didn't have testimonials to look at to give me an example from. When I did it, there are ones that income testimonials of people making these large amounts of residual income. You had to go on faith. Well, all this stuff speeds up, and the velocity picks up, and it requires each of us to just do our part now and build into the future. So a year from now, when we've got hundreds of thousands of people through the program, and we've got all of our tools, all of our apps, all of our systems in place, you'll be able to think back, oh, in July 2025, we didn't have the AI doing all the follow-up. I had to do it myself. Oh, in July 2025, oh, we had a limited amount of discounts, focused in these regions, and now it's all around the world. But what you go through now, it builds character, it builds belief, and it sets you up to be a senior person inside of this business, so that you're able to earn those senior level type of money. You want tenured experience, well, get the experience and do it now, and build into the momentum that's being created. And one thing that I'll tell you, we're not going to stop on the corporate team. There's a clear vision of what we're going to accomplish and where this is going to go. There's already been tremendous amounts of investment and framework and technology that's been put into play, and it's going to happen in steps. No one goes from the base of the mountain to the top of the Mount Everest in one stride. You develop, you reach a plateau, you get acclimated, and you do the next ascent. And you have to do it when the timing is right. Well, we've done this before. Just like when people climb Mount Everest, they know that there's only going to be this short window of time through the year that you can actually reach the summit. The other parts of the year, it's impossible. But during that season, the sun is in the right place, the earth's alignment's in the right place, the storms aren't there, and you're able to get there. But the people had to get up into base camp and maybe sit and wait at base camp and do the things, acclimate their body, get their lungs right, get their breathing right, meet the other people that they're going to be ascending to the top of the hill with. And then when the sky reveals the perfect weather and whatnot, everybody ascends to the top.
Hey, Charles.
That analogy of getting to the top of Mount Everest is much like what we're doing here with the business. And I can assure you that the view is worth the hike. The work that we're doing now in terms of learning these skills, learning how to post, learning how to set up the accounts, it's like, is this really worth it? Yeah, the view is worth the hike. There's enough evidence, there's enough framework to where we know how this is going to work. We know the future of this compensation plan, of this type of business, of the global reach. I've done tremendous amounts of due diligence getting into how we're going to shift, roughly $900 billion of advertising dollars into this team, into this compensation plan, into this genealogy. So have faith in myself and Dubs and the corporate team and what we're putting together here, and follow these steps. Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
You said something really smart. I want to dumb it down for everybody what you said here, because I think I have a good analogy for it. You're talking about how we're showing people how to make their money back right away. And it's kind of like this. When I go out to Las Vegas, which I love to do, let's say I put $100 in a slot machine and I win. Let's say I win 100 or $200. You know what I do? I immediately cash that ticket out. And I take my original $100 and I put it back in my pocket. And then I put the casino's money back in the slot machine. And then I'm playing with their money, so essentially. So now I have no stress of, oh, am I going to lose my money, or am I stressed out about it? No, because I'm basically playing with the casino's money now and I'm having a great time. So the kind of the analogy here is, when we show you how to make that money back, when you immediately make that money back, you're stress free at this point. Okay. You put money into a business. The business is now basically self funded. And now you can just smile and say, how many times do I want to play this game? Okay. And essentially, with all this training, that's exactly what we want to train your people to do. And that's where duplication happens. And another thing Charles said that was really smart is, you think about this, you, like me, I'm a machine. I mean, people, Charles sees the way I do, but I mean, I'm a machine, but I can only work 20, I can't even work 24 hours a day. Eventually I need sleep, right? Eventually I got to go get something to eat. There's only a cap on what you can do personally. Even if you're the best in the world at what you do, you have a cap. And when you start building out this team, that's the greatest thing, because you have a person over here putting a half an hour in, or an hour in, or an hour in. And as that team begins to grow, and I've had massive teams out there where you get thousands of people, you literally, there's thousands and thousands of hours that are going on in that same 24 hours day, producing you an income. Okay. Imagine that. You got an army out there producing you an income. But if you rely on yourself and that's it, okay, like a lot of you have, or like a lot of different types of businesses, it all relies on you. There's a cap there, and it's going to cap your income off, because you can just not possibly make as much as possible without having that duplication like we have here. And especially a product that saves people money and gets people excited. So I just wanted to like break that down a little bit, Charles, because you made some really good points there. And I like analogies.
Yeah, and so I'm going to encourage you to get caught up on the 6th and 7th day of what's happening here. The presentation that I'm breaking out next is going to be a little bit more comprehensive than the short lessons that have dropped so far, and it's going to be about seeing the numbers, because numbers don't lie, and money is math. And I'm going to demonstrate, if we can create a culture where somebody's enrolled for $80 and we can show them how to get 4 enrollments, earn their $80 back, and just help people get that far, and then watch how that duplicates through 16 levels, what type of incomes we can get to. And I promise you, we're going to get to a point where you're going to be able to enroll somebody, and within a week of someone getting started, sharing the tools, they'll be able to get 4 people. And it could be like 16 weeks. Okay. When you see a matrix filling, and even just at 2 by 2 by 2, but let's just, if it goes 4 by 4 by, 4, and then, the spillover, and it rolls that way, you'll start to see how these incomes going. So if you could fill a matrix and do it in 16 weeks by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, and let's just say that goes 16 weeks, that's not very much time. And when you see the type of income potential that is there, you're going to be like, wow. And I know that we've got a really
I can
sticky
pull it up,
product.
Charles, if you
And
want.
yeah, sure. And yeah,
Give me-
please. Yeah.
Yeah, give me a
Here,
second.
I'll stop sharing.
Let me see if I can pull this up here. Give me a
Let me
second.
do my, close this, and let's see, stop share. There we go. And so, that training's important. I think it's going to be an important training to, build the belief in to where we're going, because it's like anytime you're starting a program to get results, and Dave, I loved your example about your history in bodybuilding and weight loss, and how it takes time. Like when you first start going into the gym, or you first start a weight loss campaign, you'll go 1 week, don't see any results, 2 weeks, don't see any results, 3 weeks, still don't see any results, 4 weeks, don't see any results. And people will quit diets. They'll just stop their progress after they get discouraged, and then they'll never reach their goal. Or the people that stick through it through 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, and they reach that time period where the compound effect kicks in, and then they get the result. Well, in this type of compensation plan, where we've got such a affordable price point to get started, it takes some numbers, and that it takes duplication. That's why we're putting an extreme amount of focus on these tools and on these trainings, because it doesn't take someone being Superman and going and enrolling the world. It takes someone getting competent enough to get 4 enrollments and to inspire the next generation that they can do the same. And when you roll that through 16 levels, you'll see these types of incomes. So here we're looking at Dave's screen, and 2.5% on all these different levels. And this is a 2 by 16 matrix full. And on that 16th level, there's $65,000 in monthly residual income. Well, guess what? If you just sponsored 2 people at the top of that matrix, there's a check match. So it's much higher. Not only would you be getting your check, but you'd be matching their check as well. So we're going to run some math here, some comprehensive math, into just showing you, what's going on and why it's important for us to create that level of duplication. And it all starts with everybody taking individual responsibility for knowing enough, being influential enough, being competent enough to go out and get 2, 3, 4 enrollments. You can make it to the top of this compensation plan with just 4 enrollments. So if you've got 4 enrollments and they're trained right and it duplicates right, you can go 5-star in this compensation plan. So yeah, Dave, thanks for pulling this up. I don't know if you have any more comments about duplication and oh, I guess look at this. From one thing we did to this compensation plan that really amped up the numbers dramatically was put in this 16th level, because you're so wide on your 16th level. And when you have duplication rolling through the system and you reach that 16th level and it's so wide, it's an incredible amount of money that comes back up. And so to succeed in this compensation plan, to succeed as a company, to succeed as a group, getting the duplication is key. And it starts with you as an individual doing what you can to get your 4, and then bringing people into the fold here. Because what you're going to want to have is people that you personally sponsor doing the same and rolling through here. So the next training where I'm going to go into some details there, and I think it'll motivate each and every one of you on what's possible, and it'll give some framework around the activities that when duplicated through the organization could set you financially free. And the numbers, they add up quickly, but not until we get into that duplication. So, we're here, 27 days
And
into
Charles,
the company, but as we go through like 16 weeks and we're really flowing and getting people started and being active in their first week, this will take off very quickly.
and Charles, I'd like to remind everybody, listen, just by using the product, that people have more money at the end of the month. What other business out there have you been in that you have more money at the end of the month, even if you never recruited anybody? If you never put in anybody in the business, most of you have done a lot of business where you're buying certain products, this and that, and every month all you do is see on your credit card statement the bill. Okay, that's what you got. You're not seeing a bunch of extra money at the end of your month. With Save Club, I have a 30-second elevator pitch. If you handed me $20 and I handed you back 200, would you do it? How many people will tell me no to that question? Right? How many people would say, that's terrible. I don't want that. No, everybody says, yeah, if I could hand you $20 and I could have 200, I would do it. Literally with just the savings alone. Okay. We've shown like refrigerators, you could save $800, and hotels, you could save $400. And me, I'm getting sandwiches of $5 a day. It is not hard to do that. So for you to go out there and say you're struggling to find two people that want to save money is pretty ridiculous in this world. Okay. How many people do you see lined up at go? Here's an activity I want you guys to do today, if you can. Go around and just drive around your town and look at the lines in your fast food drive-throughs and see how packed they are. Around lunchtime, at dinner time, you will see cars packed there, and they're paying $10, $20, whatever, for value meals. Okay. And a lot of those places, we got buy one, get one free sandwiches. We got buy this, get that. Already, you telling me those same people wouldn't want to grab that deal? Of course they would. Now, and you can't tell me that nobody's going to want it, because if you drive by there right now, you're going to see a line of cars in every drive-through. There are people everywhere. So saying I can't find two people that want free stuff is kind of ridiculous. So get in your mind, get that out of your mindset, okay? Because what we're doing for people is a service. We're helping them save money. Forget when you're selling this as a business, you don't even need to really talk about the business part. Of course you can make money, but because of what we're doing here, you're literally helping every family put more money back in their pocket. And what family would deny that is a good thing? You're helping people. You're actually helping. Where in some businesses, they're buying a product and, maybe the product's healthy or whatever, it might do something for them. But here it's so easy to show real results on how we're helping the average family put more money back in their pocket. I'll tell you where a lot of families are stressed right now. Back to school. Back to school's coming. They got to buy pencils. They got to buy this. It's a lot of money. Parents got to buy new clothes, new shoes. They don't want their kids going back to school. The kids want to look cool. They want this stuff. Guess what? We have savings on shoes. We got savings on clothes. We got 20% off CVS, where you could go in there and buy notebooks and pencils and all these kind of things and save the average family a money and back to school, because they got to spend it anyway. We're taking the money that people have to spend anyway, and we're just saying, do you want to spend that money, or would you rather have more money back at the end of the day? That's the pitch. Is that hard to do? No, it's probably the easiest thing in the world to do is save people money.
Yeah, it makes for an incredible product there. And so guys, we're right here at an hour. We covered a lot of different things today, and the ultimate summary here is that the consistent, disciplined actions repeated over time will equal a multiple reward. The absorption of information, the absorption of the ideas, and building a foundation in your belief of what's going on here will be accelerated when you start to just dive deeper into the systems, the tools, the trainings. And I really want to encourage everybody to grab one of the links that's here inside of the chat and create a testimonial, just something authentic. It could be about the business, the tools, anything that you looked at and inspired you. And we're going to take these, we're going to edit them together and bring back a tool. And this is a tool that you'll be able to post on your social media. It's incredibly effective doing your own testimonial or a group testimonial, having a professional reel like we have, and then using your link in bio and sending someone to a capture page. And so this might be the spark that we need to help each and every one of you get an additional 20 pre-enrollees. Because I know what's going to happen if you're able to authentically suck in another 20 pre-enrollees to come take a look at what we're doing. You'll most likely get 4 upgrades. And that's the thing. That's where you're like, okay, I did it. It might not, an $80 check's not it's not going to change your life. But the fact that you are able to do it means that other people are able to do it. You can take somebody that has no experience, bring them through this training. Yeah, it might take a month. Some people might take a day. Some people might take a week, but they'll be able to get their 4 people. And these are the wins that you have to realize that, hey, this is the start of something big. This is the beginning. It's like that snow, the top of the hill rolling down, that if we're able to get one person who's brand new to get 4, it means we can get 10, it means we can get 20, it means we can get 100, and get the model moving, because momentum creates more momentum, and that momentum is going to really be amplified by each and every one of us here creating a testimonial and sharing it. That's a task that we can do, between now and the end of the week. And then we'll do our part, which is take that and make it look really cool. We'll put music behind it. We'll make it, we'll make it something that is a tool that we can use and share together. Cause we're all in this mission as a team. And I'm certain you want to see the other people at Save Club succeed. We're not in competition here. We've got a huge pot to pull from, and collectively, we'll build up a Save Club, a buying group that's just so big that our deals, our discounts that we're getting. I mean, we're this little infant right now, and I was able to get us in the door with all these different retailers. I got my timeline today. One thing I'll share with you today. I got our timeline for our shopping portal that all the development teams have signed off for August 8th is when they're giving it to me. If it looks great and we're through all of our testing, I'll release it then. If not, it'd be a day or so after. That's a big piece there. We're in the Apple and Google Play stores with our app and all the customizations that we made to it. So that's another tool that's coming through. I wish today, when you said today was July 8th, I was like, it's the 8th? Tomorrow is the 8th. And Microsoft's turning back over our AI tomorrow. That's the date that they committed. So I've been pushing all of our vendors, all of our people really hard to get us the tools we need. But guess what, guys? It doesn't matter if we had all these amazing tools, we had all these amazing discounts and things there, and you don't have your mindset right. You haven't gone through the transformation of holding yourself accountable to do the simple things inside of the training. It won't matter. It wouldn't matter if we had the ultimate thing right here. If you don't have the fortitude to get through what we have now, it's like, how do you know someone's going to do good when they have a lot? Well, focus if they're doing good when they have a little. And that's the best determination if they're going to succeed when they have a lot. Well, the framework and the foundation is laid for us to get going, and it's going to get a lot more velocity to this business here in the next coming about 4 and 5 weeks. But again, it starts with being a good steward of what we have right now and taking control of what we got. So I don't want to hold
Hey,
everybody
Charles,
here.
can
We've
I
been on
say
for an
something real
hour.
quick?
Yeah, Pete, go ahead.
Okay, real quick. Hey, man, that was a great Zoom. And guys, don't be confused. The portal in August 8th has nothing to do with the app that'll be out very, very soon here. It's in the App Store, like you said. I just want to say we lost one of our family, George Alvarez. Please say his name, George Alvarez. He was a California guy in the Philippines. He loved Save Club, and he was really looking forward to building out the Philippines. So when we do build it out, I'll always remember him. And when I put 1 million people in this company, I'll always remember my friend George. He was one of my biggest supporters. Joined me right away, and he really loved this company. So God bless George. And just wanted to say teamwork, man. You know, like he said, only 4 people you can max out this comp plan. And I'm looking at the leaderboard and thinking about my friend Terry and Angela across the pond. The two of them teamed up. They have almost 300 personals between them. Think of the big team and the future they're going to build together. Just 2 people working together. My friend Bruce took on that same mindset. He hooked up with a guy named V. We'll call him V. This guy, me and Charles met, he was selling us on Save Club, telling us, you know, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. This is why I love this company. And this guy, V, has broken into the top 10 of the leaderboard. And what he just joined, he's got 80 personals already, Charles. And he just loves us. And he's on the other side of the world. So congratulations, V and Bruce, for teaming up with him. So find somebody that you can team up with. When I first joined, I thought of my friend Jason. We teamed up, did great things. Jason's got 141 personals. So that's all you really need. Find a partner that you can team up with, and you can do amazing, amazing, amazing things. Again, you only need 4 people. I love what you were saying about the matrix. I mean, I've already got 400 or 500 people on my 16th level. We just started. I mean, I get so fired up when I look at the matrix. And I actually think about the 17th level because Charles designed it in a way where there's dynamic compression, meaning there's no holes in the matrix. You're not going to have empty spots. So when I think of the 17th level, that's like a bank account that's going to roll up and keep paying me if I have any missing spots. So
Well,
it's the most amazing comp plan, guys.
Pete,
It's
I'm
amazing.
certain you are making some money on that 17th level because the
Oh yeah,
people you
because I get check
sponsored, you're making a
matches.
matching bonus on them, and if they're getting paid on that on those deeper levels, so are you.
Hey
That's
guys,
right. And I don't make income claims, but thank you for the huge check on Friday. I mean, this is the most fun ever. Guys, you want to fall in love with this idea. I'm not an expert marketer, but I'll tell you what, I love my Save Club shirts. I love Charles's book. You know, fall in love with this idea. Like I'm already thinking about the event we're gonna have
Oh,
later
there you
this
go,
year.
Deborah. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have that event later this year. Think about it, the amazing time you're going to have. I'm going to give Dave Dubs a big hug. I'm going to meet Aaron Rashkin again. I haven't seen him in years. I'm going to, just the amazing time we're going to have. You just got to think about that. Get fired up. And, that's going to accomplish a lot of it. I'll say one last thing. Matt will back me up on this. I paid $1,000 last year for a digital product to learn. And the stuff these guys are putting together with the 90-day blitz is already exceeded what I paid a lot of money for. So thank you guys. And that's all free for us to use.
hey, you know what's interesting too, guys, is you mentioned a lot of people across the pond, and there's 2 types of people. We have insane travel savings all over the world, and I know that we're branching out with a lot of other savings there. But some people, instead of waiting around and saying, "Well, I'll just wait to see if there's more savings," they're attacking this thing, and they're like, "I see the vision. This thing is going to be huge, and let's go." And they're not on the fence. Where some people say, "Well, I need to sit around and see some more savings," even though we got insane travel savings and a lot of savings are going all over the world. But we see people worldwide that are seeing this as the opportunity, looking at this comp plan and saying, "Why would I sit on the fence? It's time to get crazy busy over here." And they're doing it. And then some people say, "Oh, we'll wait and see." Don't wait and see. Get busy. And these people that are building these international
Yeah.
teams, they're going to go crazy. So,
Yeah. And really, it's like, in my assessment of the industry and before I decided to build Save Club, I didn't want to run a network marketing company. This wasn't really what I was thinking about doing, but I looked at everything and there's just nothing out there that inspired me. There's nothing out there that I would feel comfortable, bringing my people into, and just nothing out there that that was a real opportunity that actually tapped into a shift in the world, a shift in the economy, like what we're going to be doing, disrupting the $900 billion advertising industry. There just was nothing out there that I saw that I was like, this is something that's going to be big. So we had to just go create it. And, I wish I could just, wave a magic wand and it just be done in one day. Uh, but we're doing some magic and things are getting done really fast. And so, for those of you that are engaged now and seeing this, just know we've got the hottest thing in the world for a business opportunity standpoint. And professionals like Pete just mentioned that are seeing this are getting engaged because they know what's coming. And I'm just happy to have everybody involved now. Yeah, we're only 8 days into this blitz training. There's still so much more content. I wish I could just dump it all out, in one day. But some of the upcoming trainings that are coming, like the duplication, and when you start to understand and really reconnect with the power of leverage and the power of residual income, those are two important lessons that will be refreshers for a lot of you, because a lot of you have been in this industry, but maybe you forgot because the industry's been so sparse with real opportunity in that way. But there's another one that I'm waiting to release, because I want to give everyone an opportunity to find the right accountability partner. And it might be someone that you recruit or someone that's recruited you. But when we start turning on the levels of accountability, you'll really start to see this go. Because people will do not what is urgent, not what is important, but what they're accountable to. And guess what? An accountability partner is free, and it's that little extra step it's that someone watching and someone that you can reciprocate with, that not only builds community, will get you the extra piece that you need to do it, to just do the next thing. So, with that, guys, please comment back, stay plugged in, get your testimonials in, and we're going to pull this team together, and we're going to look back at July 2025 and be like, yep, that was the core group, and those people that dialed in are going to reap probably the next decade of residual income. So I'm excited to bring that to you, and I'm going to get back to work. So have a good Monday, and we'll see you again tomorrow.